What's up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Movie Mob Podcast. My name is Nick. I am a filmmaker from Massachusetts, and joining me today is someone who invented the back and bicep day. This is Matt Sampson,
What's going on, Matt?
wearing your Lana Del Rey shirt, Fenway Finest.
Great concert, man. Love Lana.
Was it dope? You liked it?
It was sick. She brought out Quavo. It was one of the best nights of my life.
Wonderful. And live from Westeros, straight from the Iron Throne, the Red Keep, if you will, RJ Carrera.
Yep.
RJ, thanks for joining us.
I'm getting sick of the no adjectives, even if they're bad.
Okay, let me just say, live from the Iron Throne, the biggest asshole I know. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I bet you will. So, with that being said, let's get this started. We're reviewing House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 5. We are over halfway through the series, and let me tell you, what an eventful episode it's been. The king almost got shot, but thankfully turned his head just a quarter of it. Oh, wait, no, it's we're talking about House of the Dragon. Sorry. House of the Dragon, Nothing happened. Let's talk about Trump. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it'll get more views, you know?
Well, no, I don't give a fuck about the views, but like at least that's an eventful thing to talk about, you know?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. How about this fucking episode? Matt,
what's up?
What did you think of this episode?
Well, I'm not going to lie. RJ,
please don't. Tell the truth.
RJ had it right. Not a lot happened. I'll say this, though. A lot of people, because I text a few of my friends, a lot of people are getting sick of all the shit in Harrenhal.
You don't say.
I'm actually not. And the reason is...
Oh, boy.
Okay, I don't know what that meant. You know what I mean? I don't fucking... Jesus.
I'm just thinking about the scene that happened in Harrenhal.
You'll have your turn. No, I'm sorry.
He's not wrong, RJ.
Well, no, that scene was a little dicey. But
what was the Harrenhal scene that we're talking about again?
Is it when he's fucking his mother? Is that the scene?
Did I watch the
that
same
would be it.
episode?
There was like a scene. He was having like when he's like tripping, he's like fucking this woman.
Yeah. But then she turns over and it's his mom. But we're talking about Damon. Okay.
Yeah. I just kind of like seeing Damon trip out. Like I like seeing him having.
See, to me, it's getting old.
I just like Matt Smith, man. I just think it's cool when he's like tripping and he wakes up and he's just like eating dinner and just the look on his face is just so worrisome.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people are getting. I think I'm the only one because everyone else is like this shit's getting old. So
listen,
maybe it's just me. But.
Conceptually, like I said last week, I thought it was very interesting. I think it's a cool take on being high or what have you. What I don't like is that it's becoming the only joke, like not a joke, but it's the only thing.
It's true. And
this is not a show about Matt Smith doing drugs.
Good point.
Sorry, that's all. It's not a bad thing. It's just the only thing.
Yeah,
and I want more. I'm sick and tired of the sneaking into the Red Keep. RJ, I could go off for 20 minutes, so why don't you just take it away for a minute and I'll blow up after. Go ahead.
Well, no, it's kind of funny because I feel like the past few weeks, each of you have had my combined thought. Like, I agree with Matt. Like, I like the scenes out of context and how they're done. But I'm with you, Nick. I think it's getting repetitive. I think this entire season is kind of getting repetitive. They're like doing a lot of the same beats. We can talk about how it ends later. But I'm kind of, I complained about the bear a few weeks ago, and I found I'm having the same issues with this season as that. It's like, it's just kind of slow, and they're kind of playing around with a lot of the same stuff, especially with Damon. But yeah, I'm tired of the thing. I mean, they're cool, but I'm wondering where they're going. Like, what is this building to? And if it doesn't build to something, then I feel like it's gonna be we're gonna be like, why do we waste so much time doing that with him?
Well, I feel like it has to build. I mean, they're not just doing this just to like kill time. I mean, they are, but like, there's also like something's gonna come of it. Now, like, what comes of it? Is it gonna be like this huge moment, or is it just gonna be like something stupid? But like, yeah.
So. It's interesting, isn't it, how fiction mirrors real life, how a lack of security allows for people you don't want to get in to come into places. But regardless, this is not a political podcast.
That's good, though.
Sorry, yeah, but it's true, though. I mean, all this like sneaking into the Red Keep thing, no security changes. You have Kristen Cole, who's going against his lover, and also she's the queen.
Everyone.
Damon or Aemon or whoever the hell the naked dude on Vagar, he's the new leader of everything, I guess. The king, this is what I don't understand. So you have Rhaenyra not Rhaenyra. You have Daenerys in Game of Thrones. A building with the eggs in it catches fire. She comes walking out. Not a hair is singed on her head. They can't burn the Targaryens. However, Vhagar.
Well,
What?
I think she can't burn.
That doesn't make any sense. I thought it was to be
No,
a
'cause
dragon
she's
rider.
like
You'd
the
have
unburnt. Daenerys,
Right,
the unburnt.
right, I
think
thought-
that because remember she killed her brother with the gold.
So is it like she's just
I think
the chosen
it's just
one?
her.
She's just like the
Yeah.
chosen one. Like she can walk on water. It's her.
Let me look it up, but keep going.
That actually is true because she did. Her brother did burn, and then didn't like Jorah or her.
But he didn't really burn, though. If you think about it, it wasn't
melted.
fire. He melted with
Yeah.
scalding
heat.
molten gold was poured on his head. That's a little bit different than
I have
flame.
the answer.
Doesn't someone say
Thanks.
right after, like her Jorah, like he wasn't a true dragon or some shit?
Yeah, some
Yes,
shit like that.
yes.
Right.
Yeah, someone
Well,
says that.
here's the answer according to Google AI. According to Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin, Targaryens are not immune to fire, but they can tolerate more heat than most people. There's your answer.
Well, she would have been burned alive, Daenerys, like several times.
Yeah, which
Right.
is why she's Daenerys, the unburnt.
Okay, so she's like the
You know?
chosen one. That's her.
She's
That's
special.
Okay. All right. Whatever. I thought that was a thing in the family. I thought that
No,
was
I
a
did. I
bloodline.
actually did too.
I thought they were inhuman. I thought that was kind of a cool plot point that is now ruined for me forever, much like House of the Dragon. With that being said, I feel as though I am. There is.
No,
You can't have aliens if you don't have cops and rule of law and all this other stuff. You gotta have this is where you start to lose me. And on top of all that, nothing is happening. Now,
nothing's happened.
what I really don't want to see is this climactic. See, for me, right, RJ, you'll understand this, and anybody at home who's listening who has ever taken any sort of riding course at all, you know the mountain graph, RJ, that says, rising action, falling action, all that shit.
Sure.
I feel like, as a season in any show, you need to have that grand arc over the course of the whole show. I get that. But within each episode, there needs to be that same rising action, climax, falling action that leads us into the next one. And we're not having that. We're just constantly on this uphill battle almost against the show, in my opinion, with all these plot holes and all these things. And I think it's because they literally just have one battle in mind, probably, that's going to be happening in episode 7 or 8, probably episode 7, so that they can have the episode 8 resolution to this shit. Which is incredibly and increasingly, I might add, frustrating to me, because I would have liked to have seen, as an example, just throwing something out there I just thought of, this season, one main character die per episode. So you have battles every episode. The king goes down, then Aemon goes down, then Rhaenyra goes down. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm saying, make it interesting. It's fucking Dragonland, and all we have are people sneaking into castles with no security. And people fucking their mothers when they're high.
That was weird.
It makes zero sense to me. The show is really slipping, and I'm trying to hold on. RJ, please give me any sort of semblance of what's going to happen so that I can hang on for next week, because God knows I don't want to.
I mean, that's a good point about the rising action climax thing, because I think I said this last week. I feel like season 1 was so good because you had the through line, despite the time jumps, of the deterioration of Viserys, right?
Right.
From episode 1, he just kept getting worse. So we had that through line through all the episodes, and then I feel like because each episode time jumped, each episode was its own individual story, like you're saying.
Sure.
Whereas this one now, because the time is more normal, more similar to Game of Thrones, how they pass time, it seems like they're struggling a bit with keeping a clear through line.
Sure.
I mean, yes, obviously there's a big conflict, but what are the smaller things?
Well, that's the problem, right? Is that the smaller things are just a bunch of sneaking around and somebody.
Yeah, repetitive.
It's just bullshit. It's all the same crap. In the Red Keep, they're arguing at the council table again. Oh no, they don't like each other. They can't pick a leader. Oh no. I wonder what'll happen this week. Aemon might get upset this week. He might be offended by something this week. Fuck me, man. I mean, it's monotonous almost.
Well, I also think that no one has stepped up to replace Viserys in terms of character.
Yeah.
And I feel like this might have to do more with the writing, but I feel like Rhaenyra should have stepped into that role and been like, okay, this is the main character. Like, this is someone who dominates every scene. And I feel like the writing has not been good for her because she really hasn't been doing anything. The one thing she did do, it was stupid when she snuck in.
To RJ's point, I agree with that. I feel like the characters last season were better. Like if you were like if there was like a trending like arrow, and you're just like, how is this character? How interesting are they? What are they doing this season? Season 1 to season 2. I think almost every character you would say has gone down since season 1, maybe except Aegon, who's now probably never going to talk again, who's dead. But I feel like most of the characters were more interesting, just doing more in season 1.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we were pretty high on this season. I feel like when it started out, and what changed?
I wasn't high. Who were you high? What the fuck were you high on? Whatever Damon was drinking. What are you drinking?
What do you mean, like excited before it came out?
We were pretty positive. I would say episodes 1 through 3.
Sure.
But who leaves the show that we haven't seen yet? And I feel like
Otto.
it's slacked since.
Otto too. Where's he?
Because that last scene, that was the last episode I feel like we were genuinely really happy with, was when he had that argument with Aegon, and Aegon replaced him with Kristen Cole. And then now, since he's been gone, I feel like,
I don't even mind him like leaving, because in Game of Thrones, like some characters you wouldn't see for like 4 or 5 episodes, but there was so much other shit happening that it was like, oh shit, I forgot about, it was kind of exciting. Yes, and then they'd be in another part of Westeros, and that makes sense. It's like, all right, it took him like 4 episodes to get there, but here, 1, there's not as much happening. 2, it's only 8 episodes, and 3, it's only going to be 4 seasons.
Yeah, right. I don't understand. I don't know why they wouldn't just do, like, as an example, I don't know why they wouldn't just do a, I don't know, like 3 seasons with the core shit.
Yeah.
I was just going to say
Cut the fat.
Like, I mean, we haven't read the book. Obviously, we don't know how much more there is to tell, but it does feel like they could have done this in 2 to 3 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you at all. What my concern is that season 1, in my opinion, I had never seen stories told quite that well. I thought season 1 was
very good,
borderline better than, if not equivalent to, Game of Thrones. I was severely impressed by the King's performance.
Oh, he was the best stand-up.
I was really impressed with see, again, we talk about this all the time. Again, not getting political, but when writers and Hollywood tend to force liberal shit down your throat, it just gets to be too much. It's not a message anymore. It's like pop propaganda. You know what I mean? But it was cool to see the gay characters in season 1, and like, because it's real, because the gay people exist. So it was like a real, it wasn't like everybody has to be gay now or anything. It was just like, this character's gay, and this is his life, and this is how it's conjoined throughout and so it wasn't, I didn't feel like anything was shoved down our throat, but you still had the content. You know what I mean? The more
it felt natural.
Yeah, sure. But like, this season just doesn't feel, there's no semblance of reality. And then the fact that we're looking up, if you go back and watch episode 4 again, which again was the most action-packed episode of the series, was it really that good of an episode? You know what I mean? Like, is because we thought it was so good because there was no action up until that point. Now that we've had action, you look back and you see the rest of it and you go, what are we actually doing? Like, what the fuck is going on?
I think, I think season 1, I agree with you. I think a lot of people were very impressed with season 1. But I think season 1, they had to be on their A game because they were coming off season 8 of Game of Thrones. That was everyone's, last taste of Westeros. Right. And so people were kind of pissed. So if the season 1 came out and it was just blah, everyone would be like, F this. You know what I mean? Like, they lost it. So now they kind of have people back. I don't know. I feel like maybe they're playing with their food a little bit here,
Do you get what I'm saying, though?
No, I know exactly what you mean.
I kind of sound like a broken record, but I feel like Viserys again.
Here we go again. No, RJ, I'm just kidding. Go say what.
His presence is
he was kind of what Ned was the season 1.
The glue.
I feel like if you take Ned out of season 1 of Game of Thrones and he's not, or the performance isn't as good, it's hard to like get into that story, because even if I remember watching the first time, it's like, I don't understand what the hell's going on, but I like Ned and I like the Starks.
I like Rob Baratheon. I liked him.
Exactly. And he was friends with Ned, and they had that great relationship. So
and it was well established. How many episodes are there? Look this up really quick if you can. How many episodes was season 1 of Game of Thrones?
10.
And
how many episodes of season 2? Are they all 10?
All 10 until
up
season 7.
until season 7 does 9 or 8, right?
I think season 7 has 7 or 8 episodes.
There were 73 episodes total in the show.
That's not The Sopranos. Sopranos 96. Anyway.
Oh, you know
doesn't
what?
matter.
Season 7 had 7 episodes, and season 8 had 6. Off the top of my head.
Stupid. I mean,
That
we
is
could do a
stupid.
whole podcast on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
no, I'm sure we could.
that's just them not knowing they having enough to write, so they were like, "Yeah, we'll do 7."
Yeah, D&D is like we've done the show long enough.
But I'm
Yeah.
starting to feel a little D&D with Ryan Condal here, so I don't know.
I know. I
now,
mean,
when you say you're
I'm
feeling
trying
a
to
little D&D, what the fuck does that mean?
it's like
David and Dan,
yeah,
the
showrunners
showrunners of Game of
for
Thrones.
Game of Thrones, they like dropped the ball. The
Oh,
last
I
two,
see what you're
everyone's
saying.
pretty upset
Yeah,
with
yeah.
them.
I thought we were talking Dungeons and Dragons.
No. Well, I'm just all right. So what else happened in this episode? So we had
Nothing
Damon
happened,
tripping.
Audrey. We're going to sit here for an hour. Folks at home, watch, pay attention. We're going to talk
Oh.
about nothing for an
Oh,
hour.
I mean, Aemon became king, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, King Regent, whatever.
So he's gonna make some changes.
I mean, he seemed like the logical choice, to be honest.
Well,
I kind
you
of
know,
like
he
that.
did kill the
Allison
kid.
was butthurt.
Oh no! Now there's a rift between kind of Allison and everyone else. You know, because
Hasn't there always been, though, a little bit?
no, but now it's kind of like
More so?
yeah, like I feel like she doesn't like because I feel like she could kind of I don't know influence Aegon. I feel like Aemon, Aemon's just gonna do what he thinks.
Yeah, you know what I
Aemon, there's no influence over Aemon.
Yeah.
Aemon has to die.
Aemon knows what he's gonna do. Like I feel like Aegon really didn't know what he was doing, so he just kind of everyone else was kind of running shit.
You know what I think would be
Now there's a
interesting?
change.
If there's another battle with dragons. Now, again, I haven't read ahead. I don't know, blah, 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 whatever. I think it would be very interesting if Aemon met his fate at the hands or claws, if you will, or fire, if you will, of Vhagar. I think if
Ooh.
Vhagar accidentally,
Hey now,
you know what I mean? If there was some sort of, he gets knocked off of Vhagar
Yeah.
and he's standing in front of the Dracarys and I think it'd be very interesting.
well, I think it'd be cool too because literally every move, like Rhaenyra's camp is like, yeah, we could do this, but like Vhagar though, you know, like Vhagar's like no one throw. Everyone's like fuck Vhagar,
I know.
you know.
That's what I was saying last week.
Yeah.
Vhagar's enormous. He's a skyscraper, floating skyscraper
Well, I will say
of
it is
fire.
it is pretty interesting. Like it was supposed to be this big wow moment. I think it is pretty cool. The last scene of the episode
Mm.
when he's like, yeah, there's 2 dragons, like unclaimed dragons, and they're big guys. And if we get those, like we could,
Yeah,
you know,
Vermithor.
they could maybe take out Vhagar. I think Jay should be running things. It's just me being. I think he's
He's
a great.
great.
He's a good guy. He's a good prince. He knows what he's doing. He's strong. I think Jay should be running things instead of Rhaenyra.
I mean, it feels like it. Like
Yeah.
it feels like he has more like to say than Rhaenyra does.
No, if Rhaenyra were just gonna eat lunch and just wait for like them to attack, like
Yeah.
Rhaenyra's just got all the. Yeah, we
which
get time.
sucks.
Yeah, the fuck. You know, I like.
They've
Jace.
given her probably 2 good moments this season. I think that the
Yeah.
first episode when she didn't talk the entire time
Yeah.
and she was just like mourning. I thought that was actually good though.
No, I thought,
And then-
listen, the acting is brilliant.
Right, but I'm saying
But the
they're not
writing's
giving
shit.
her anything. And then
Yes,
I think the
yes.
other scene that she was great in was when she was arguing with Damon before he left.
Mm.
I think those are the 2 things that I can think were significant for her character in
She-
the season.
Yeah, she hasn't done much this season.
It's very bad.
And I don't think it's her fault.
No, it's
Um,
just
no,
they,
of course not.
they
She's
haven't-
doing- yeah.
they haven't given her. you know?
Right, exactly.
Also, what do you think about we talk
Like
another
this.
character that I feel like they need to utilize more is Corlys. And I thought that after
he's done
Rhaenys died, that this episode was gonna like when it started with him, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be interesting.
Yep.
Like, where's he coming from? Now, obviously, he got offered Hand of the King from Rhaenyra, and it seems like he accepted it at the end of the episode. So
Yeah.
maybe that's going to
Granddaughter.
change. But I felt like this episode they did a poor job of showing him mourning.
Yeah, I don't.
You know why it's a poor job, RJ? Because he hasn't been in the episodes up until this point, and now
Yes.
he went away again. He was mourning, so he wasn't in this episode either. Really, that's the issue. If he had been in the episode and now we're feeling the absence of him, but he hasn't been in the season really.
They were giving
So
him and Rhaenys like a scene an episode, just showing how much they love each other.
Yeah,
just,
and-
it, like
and I
it felt
think
like they
that's
were
why,
stringing him
Nick-
along just to like make sure that we know that he still exists.
It's like, hey
you know?
guys, remember, like they love each other.
Right.
So one of these is gonna die. You know. No,
And Nick,
he's,
I feel like
he's awesome.
what you were saying about the last episode with the battle not feeling very like heavy anymore is
Mm.
because I feel like they had a failure to build up to it.
Yeah, I mean
Because
that's
it kind of like Rhaenys. Like I feel like she should have had big moments before her death, so that hit more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
But
kind
she
of
was
came
kind
out
of not
nowhere.
in the
Better,
beginning of the season.
we have to earn moments. I mean, that was a big
Right.
thing in like Game of Thrones, the beginning versus the end. when big moments happen in Game of Thrones, the Red Wedding, Ned, a bunch of shit, you were like, oh shit, that shit hit deep because they earned it. There was so much development, and the development was so top notch. It was so quality. And then later seasons, shit would just happen. It felt cheap. It didn't feel earned, so it doesn't hit the same, And the audience is not stupid. The audience understands that,
Rhaenys and Corlys to me had a presence in season 1.
Definitely.
Like every decision that Viserys made, I feel like he went through Corlys a lot of the time.
Well,
like
not to mention the fact that
and
not to mention the fact that at one point Rhaenys was going to be the queen, supposedly. Like that's what we thought. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, and then when that didn't happen, when she became the queen that never was, I feel like ever since then everything kind of like trailed off, and she became more of like a hand to Rhaenyra. But then, a guiding older female figure kind of deal. But then that also fell off, and then she also ditched her, or like didn't help her with that one thing, and so something's wrong. It just doesn't feel good. I don't feel impressed or excited.
It doesn't feel focused.
Yeah, kind of feels
I feel
all
like
over
that's
the
the
place.
best way to put
3
it.
more episodes, right?
Yeah, which
Right.
is a shame because the acting is really good.
No, you can't blame the actors.
The CG,
Very,
and I never say this, the CG is very good.
very quality acting across the board. It's like same thing with Game of Thrones season 8. The acting was still. I actually think Emilia Clarke's best acting was those final seasons. I thought she was amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think you blame the
And
acting.
definitely not Kit Harington's. Again, not his fault.
Oh, come on. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Love
Well,
Kit.
honestly, I feel like though we're complaining about it, the only like consistent through line we've had so far is like Daemon tripping balls.
Yeah.
So let's assume that these writers are competent and that that's gonna like resolve the
Something
season.
will happen. Something
not.
has to.
Does Daemon die? Because we did have it teased, right? She said to him at the tree,
Yeah,
"You're going to die in
die.
this place."
Right.
Does he die at the end of the season? Is that the big let up?
I don't know. Well, you could find out if you Google Matt Smith and see what he's been working on recently.
Oh,
And if it's not
Yeah, right.
season 3, then you'll know.
Well, they haven't started shooting season 3 yet.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
I don't know. There's gonna be another big death. I think that's
If you lose him, that's another big player.
because you got Rhaenys is dead, right? Aegon's gonna die. I think one of the. I think either him or Aemon are gonna die. One of them is inevitable.
Well, I think Aemon's gonna go.
Yeah.
I think Aemon's done. I think that Aegon is also probably useless at this point. He might be a vegetable for the rest of the
you
series.
gotta get a feather bed for him.
You got to assume that he's dead.
Yeah.
Rhaenys is gone. We haven't seen a lot of casualties on the side of Rhaenyra yet, have we?
I mean, just Rhaenys, right?
Yeah.
They took the castle, but we didn't really know. that.
Yeah.
And then she obviously lost Luke. at the
I don't
end
know.
of
I
the
think more
first
deaths.
season.
I'm with you guys. Like I've definitely not. I don't like this season as much as season 1, and I haven't been impressed. I'm gonna judge it. I think I'm gonna judge the season as a whole after season 8, though.
Okay.
But like I will say, it is a bit disappointing because I'm not like, yo, I can't. Oh fuck, like when an episode ends, like fuck, I gotta wait a whole week.
Yes.
Like-
I haven't had the feeling in 5 weeks.
No.
I haven't.
There's
had
no
that point.
momentum.
Versus like Game of Thrones, like I would have to do shit. I would end an episode. I'll go fuck. Like I wish I could just. Like I haven't had that feeling.
I'm lying. I did have that. I thought that the season was late, and I thought that after episode 4 we were going to get some nice kickoff wartime. I want to see. You know what? I want like The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I want that like, Napoleon Bonaparte, never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. Like I want to see the laws and the rules of war and I want to see all of that intricate 4D chess kind of shit. And then I want to mix in some fucking dragons, man.
Dragons.
Why is that difficult? I don't understand that. Why do we need to have Red Keep sneaking and children, the heads of the whatever? I just don't get it. And I don't understand what's happening with Daemon. And I don't really like his storyline. I think for an episode, if he was high and out of it, fine. I don't really like the storyline of Kristen Cole. I think he's just a douche and he hasn't really gotten any sort of payback yet. I mean, I guess
he's gonna get his eventually.
He has to.
He will.
You know?
He's such a douche. He'll get his.
And I don't know. Rhaenyra is kind of
Yeah, she's got.
pussing out on a lot of shit. I
She's
just,
gonna do something.
it's just not. There's just not a lot of like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Let's say if they have like the next 3 episodes, let's say they're like really good quality, would you like forgive the rest of the season? You know, if you get like 3
Yeah, it's all
good-
about
Maybe-
how you finish.
Yeah.
It is. RJ, you're absolutely right.
I
It is
know.
all about how you finish.
I know.
There you go.
Right on.
I'll say this. I think they would have to be like the next 3 episodes better all hit different. They
Like-
better all smack
Like there was
you around a little
3
bit.
really good episodes. I'll forgive the
I
first
need
half of the
good
season.
writing. I need
You know?
good plot lines with great plot twists, not bullshit that's not good.
Yeah.
I don't like not good stuff. I need dragons. I need battles. I
Okay.
need main character death. That's what I need. I need shocking. I have to tune into next season to see what's going to happen. I want to feel, Matt and RJ, but Matt, since you posed the question,
Yeah.
I want to feel the same way I felt. I want to feel as disappointed that it's over as I did at the end of season 1. Season 1 of House of the Dragon is probably some of the best TV ever made, in my opinion.
I agree. In season 1, I would say there were more episodes than not that we left saying, "Holy shit, that was fucking awesome."
I can't
Yeah.
wait for
can't
next
wait
week.
for season 2.
Yep.
I mean, what have we? One episode, if you want to call episode 4, maybe one. They've had 1 out of 5 so far.
Right.
You know, I feel like season 1, there were maybe like 2 episodes where we were like, that was kind of whatever.
Sure.
You know, like I feel like they had like 7 or 8 out of 10. You were like, fuck, that was.
Let me ask you
good.
this. You just said that we were leaving here saying, "Oh, I can't wait for season 2."
Mm.
Can you wait, Matt, for season 3? Can you wait?
I mean, listen, if it's more of this, like I'm gonna watch it.
We're gonna
and,
see
like,
how it ends.
I
yeah.
didn't like it, but like you guys said, I'm not like craving that shit. You know what I mean?
Right. That's the issue. Now I don't know exactly where the problems lie because I didn't read the books.
Like it's still not bad. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I just feel like,
But it's
RJ
not
and I
like-
could make something better than this shit.
But it's
than what
not
we've been
like-
watching.
You know, they've set a standard with season 1. You know what I mean? And I feel like they're not so far meeting it.
Okay.
I don't know. Is that what I haven't seen anything? Like I don't look at shit. Is that what people are saying? Like online? Like what
I
are the
don't
people?
know. I
Do you
don't
guys know
know.
what the people are saying?
I honestly haven't been seeing too much. I was gonna say like
Yeah, is it just us? Or we just
I saw a
assholes,
good
or-
tweet. It was
Oh
in
my
reference. It was in reference to The Boys,
Oh.
but it said like characters can only be as smart as their writers,
True.
and
That's
I feel
true.
like, well, yeah, and I feel like why George has not written a book since 2011.
This guy.
What's he doing? He's
Yeah.
a
That's
producer
what I-
on this
that's
show.
what I'd
Why
like to know.
can't he write a script or 2
Yeah.
for this season? Do they not want him to? I don't know. But if like to me, he's such a brilliant writer, and that's why Game of Thrones, those early seasons and the books are so good, is because he's a great writer and he makes those characters smart and layered.
Mm.
So like, why don't you get him? And the fact that he's not going to be in the writers' room for season 3, that's not good.
Yeah, him and Miguel left. That's not a great sign.
That's yeah.
I'm-
Each season they're losing someone.
I am curious, like what other people think, because I don't really read anything. I just know what we say and a few of my friends I text after.
Sure.
And like we're all on this. I don't know if we're just all assholes, but like pretty much a few, like John Hannon, Tim Kyle Kravatis, like they all kind of feel the same. We feel.
RJ, what's the budget per episode on this
So
season?
maybe it's not just us.
I'll look it up. But I would, to your point, Matt, if I had to guess, I think it seems like book readers are pretty unhappy.
Okay, so it's not
and
just us.
casual fans are kind of still enjoying it.
Ah.
But maybe, like you said, like it's a little slow though.
Yeah, because like Tim, John, and Kyle, they're all like it's fine. The consensus with them is like it's fine, but like not much is happening. You know, that's pretty much the
Well, I
consensus.
talked about this a few episodes ago because we were complaining about how it's only 8 episodes, and I'm like, if you're gonna cut 2 episodes off the season, you need to show why.
Yeah,
like,
that,
we need to see where is that money going that you took from the other 2 episodes, and I haven't seen it yet.
well, dude, that's the thing too. Like, a show's fucking like a season's 8 episodes. You expect that shit to
Mhm.
hit every episode. Like, if it's like 15 to 20 episodes, like ours, you have to have filler. You know what I mean? But like 8 episodes, that shit should be bang, bang, bang. Like, there should be no fat on that bone. You know what I mean?
So season 1 they made with 16 million per episode,
Right.
and you can compare that to Stranger Things season 4 was 30 million an episode, and Rings of Power was 60 million an episode.
That show blew.
Rings of Power was
right?
the single
So
worst
again,
piece
the
of
That
writing
show
is what
sucked.
matters.
I'll say this: it's better than Rings of Power. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's still
So-
not bad. Like, I still enjoy it, but like, I think it's just such a high standard was left with season 1 that it's kind of like, ah, man,
What I don't like.
give me more of that shit. You know?
I know. I guess and this is strictly from a filmmaker perspective. The fact that RJ and I have to scrimp and save and scrape money together for something that's really good, that's well thought out, that we take, and they just throw millions of dollars. They just
Yeah.
throw the millions, no problem. It's shit, and it's really frustrating because this is an art form, and this is like a real. And I feel as though sometimes, not always, but sometimes, like the art form isn't just the cinematography. It's not just the CGI. It's storytelling, visual storytelling. And I'm not getting a lot of that. I'm not getting a lot. I'm getting a lot of
Yeah, it
boring,
starts with the script.
mundane.
Yeah, he's right.
You know, there's no real development. I don't understand. You know what it is, man? I don't understand a lot of the motivations behind why the characters are doing some of the things that they're doing. And it's incredibly frustrating.
I just think it's RJ said at the very beginning. It's been extremely repetitive. Like you're hitting the same beats with all the same characters. Rhaenyra doesn't want to do it. Rhaenyra wants, doesn't want to go to war. Damon's tripping out. You're hitting the same. It's like, let's go.
Is it not the same episode over and over and over again every week?
A lot
Well,
of
this
it
is the fourth.
and like little
This is
things
the
will happen.
fourth time we have had an episode where someone sneaks in. So we had episode 1.
Go ahead.
Damon sneaks in the King's Landing.
bad
We have
security.
the kid killed.
Yep.
Then the next episode, we have the brother
Oh,
sneak in, disguise himself as the other brother.
Dragonstone.
Yeah.
The other time,
Rhaenyra.
we have Rhaenyra sneak into King's Landing with Allison, and now at the end of this episode,
Yeah,
we
who's this
have
lady?
some rando lady
Randon.
walks in, and then hold up.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
Obviously,
I know what you're gonna say.
how the fuck does she know? Oh, this guy definitely is gonna be like,
I like
know
this
what I'm
guy.
here for. She picks this random city gold cloak out. She's like, hey, I'm
That's
here
so
with
cool.
Mysaria. Oh, I thought she was dead. What if he didn't? What if he was like, fuck you, I'm taking you to the dungeon, cutting your head off?
Yeah,
Like,
he could have.
and
Well,
it's
see,
not
but
like
that
they have
would- no,
phones.
they-
It's
that
not
would've
like
never
she was
happened,
like,
though,
look for
RJ.
this guy.
But that would have never happened because that would have made it a good episode, RJ.
I also
Yeah.
I completely forgot about this. What's up with his family? Like these commoners in King's Landing.
That too. What are they?
I knew.
building
I wanted to
towards?
hear because I knew you were pissed about it
That
before.
reminds me of. This is kind of off.
I know you're gonna
topic,
say
but do you
Justice League.
remember-
Hold on. Let's
Justice
make sure-
League.
Hold
Justice League.
on.
I knew it.
Hold on. Back up. Explain what you're talking about again. 'cause you
RJ,
lost
you go
me.
ahead. You go ahead.
RJ,
You go,
go.
Matt.
Oh, you mean okay? So like this, these commoners, like they're trying to get out of King's Landing. The
Yeah.
husband with the beard, his wife, and the kid who's sick.
Oh, the blonde guy?
Yeah, with the beard. Remember he was in season 1. He goes, "I need gold" or whatever. Fuck, we didn't see him for 4 episodes.
That
and
was
now he's
this
back.
season.
Do you remember him?
Yeah.
I don't really, but okay.
Oh, it's
It was
very.
the scene where Aegon was courting people and
Yeah.
Otto went up to him and was like, told him how to do things.
Yeah, we can't give these guys sheep.
Oh, yes.
No, we haven't seen him for 3 episodes. And now we see him again.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Mhm.
They're
It wa-
trying to escape or something, and they
Yeah.
say to get back inside. You can't leave.
Yeah.
Why were all those people leaving, by the way? Because they have no food or something?
Oh, I think
or?
they
Yeah.
kind of made a point to this. The girl with the accent to Rhaenyra that when Kristen Cole paraded the dragon head throughout the streets, he thought that was like a triumphant move. It was actually not a good move.
No, it was a horrible move because they view the dragons as gods, right?
Oh, I think the commoners are like
That's what I'm saying.
what the commoners know is when the former king, when Viserys was king, there was peace.
Right.
No one was being no dragons were being killed. Now this guy's king. People are being hung in the streets. We're not eating. No one's getting paid. Dragons are dying. Like writing's on the wall. We're gonna get fucking attacked here. So everyone's trying to get the fuck out. So it's actually a very bad move.
Yeah. No, right. Exactly. I don't disagree. So
But-
they all wanted to leave the city because of that?
Yeah, and they didn't let him.
I see.
Oh, that's what too. Like the conversation she had with Rhaenyra was like the common people are like not happy with the king. Like they can tell like shit's going on.
yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm
disappointed. RJ, go.
Well, we've seen that guy, I think, 3 times. We saw him when he asked for the sheep, and then we like skipped like an episode or 2. Then we saw him again
the
randomly for one scene, and then we saw him again now. I feel like if you're gonna have like a storyline with him or something,
Something's gonna happen.
why don't we? You gotta be more consistent. We can't like drop him and then
Yeah.
come back.
I also if the only reason for them is just to show the perspective of the common folk,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a waste of time. I think those scenes could be better. If he actually plays a role and has a part to play, that's fine. But if it's just like, oh, this is the perspective of the common folk, I mean, we get it. Like, they're fucked. You know what I mean? RJ, you said it earlier. I thought the same exact thing. It's exactly like Snyder's first cut of the Justice League that released. They had that random family. They had
Yep.
scenes. They spent like time in like it was such a waste of time. Like that just a random family. Like, this is the perspective of like the commoner. It was like, we don't listen. We're here to see Batman.
It's filler. It's bullshit.
We're here to see Batman. We're here to see Superman. We're here to see Aquaman. Blow me with this shit.
I know.
You know what I mean? Show me Damon cutting someone's head off. Show me Renee or Drac. Don't show me this family. If he's a player has something to do, okay. But if this is just it,
And they've been doing
wise.
this multiple times this season. Remember, we complained about that scene with Sir Alan Hull,
who's he?
who they alluded to being Corliss's bastard son, who he
Yeah, is he
saved.
gonna come back, or was that it?
So I'm assuming that's what I'm saying. Is it like, why did we waste like 5 minutes of that episode 2 or 3 with him?
That's the thing.
Like, set him up when you're ready for him.
There's a lot of guys they've been setting up that like I hope like they do something, because if not, it's just
Viserys's bastard.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit. Like I think they will. I mean, those scenes can't mean nothing.
Oh, in the bar or whatever. Like
Yeah,
he
remember
goes and
that?
sits down. He says he's the
Bastard.
actual.
They better mean something.
I think I've heard he actually does something later.
Yeah, but
I
like,
have heard that too,
Yeah.
but still,
I don't know. You're right, RJ. You're not wrong.
why are we wasting time on stuff that we should be doing better with the things that matter at the moment? But
And this is one of those situations where I could say like, oh well, I haven't read the books and I've heard like, don't worry, things get better. But they're changing shit from the books, sneaking into the Red Keep and talking to Alicent and all this. So it's like you can't even rely on the canon. You know what I mean? Which is very frustrating.
I'm curious.
It's very frustrating.
I'm curious to think what Eden and book readers. RJ said like relatively negative. I'm curious to think if like they're like, no, it's building up to like, or if they're just like, nah, this shit's off
Yeah,
the rails.
Eden, let us know. Don't tell us what it is, but just say either hang tight or
Yeah,
turn
either
the
say like,
TV
have
off.
they like let us know, like have they dropped the ball, or if like, you know what, not the best, but like hold on, like shit's about to get rocking, like
Sure.
and let us know if you think 4 seasons is dragging it out.
Yes. Is 4
Yeah.
seasons too many? Question of the day, is 4 seasons too many seasons?
Dude, maybe just honestly, dude, maybe just like Game of Thrones was just like the Tom Brady, and like everything else was just like whatever. you know?
Yeah.
Maybe
Interesting.
it was just like that was like what he spent the most time on. That was his best thing, and then, I don't know.
And we'll figure it out, I guess. I don't know. Either of you watch the thing for the next week?
I did not.
I didn't either.
I did.
How's it look?
I honestly forget what I saw.
Is
It
damage still
seems like
tripping?
maybe another battle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Listen, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna review it, and I'll tell you like it is.
Yeah.
When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, I'm gonna tell you it's bad. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's good when it's not.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff happening in life these days. If RJ continues doing his history podcast in about 20 years, he'll have a lot of stuff to talk
Yeah,
about.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Anything else for
I've-
this week? It's kind of fucking boring, man.
I've watched half a season of The Bear.
Okay, you liking it?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's I thought
Are you season 1?
season 3.
Oh, I haven't
New
watched season 2 yet. I haven't even
Season
gotten into
season
it.
1 good. Season 2 I thought was a step up. This is not bad, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm only
Yeah.
halfway through, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But I definitely like season 2 better.
Oh, good. Good.
But it's not. I'll finish it and let you know.
Good stuff. Yeah, let me know. Keep us all posted. If you haven't already, obviously like and subscribe to the channel. And while you're at it, search up Essex Street Entertainment
Hell yeah.
on YouTube. Go over there, check out the podcast and everything that RJ and his crew in Westeros have to offer.
McShane.
And yeah, no, I think it'll be great. I appreciate you boys. Thank you
Of
for
course.
coming in. I
Yeah,
know
man.
it's
Of course.
got to come in and spend some time.
It's a
And
good time.
RJ's got a lot of ruling to do.
Yeah. Hang some
Mhm.
rat catchers.
No sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll be back every Friday, 6 p.m. We'll be back next week. Enjoy episode 6 or don't. But if you don't, we probably won't either. So don't worry, and we'll bitch about it all together. One big
Right.
happy family.
Yeah, we'll see.
And thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Anything else, RJ?
No, that's it.
Matthew?
I got nothing. All right.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?